Hey everybody, we're here for a new episode of Five for Talking. I'm here with Caps, the captain of the show. Today we'll be talking about, I guess, the Four Nations Cup because there's no hockey currently and there's no All-Star game and no skills competition, which makes me a little bit sad. Um, but there's Four Nations Cup. Hi,
Well,
Caps.
we just talked about it like a couple minutes ago, but let me ask you this: like, you know, people complain about the lack of compete in the All Star game, and so how sometimes it can be boring and stuff. With what you're seeing right now in the Four Nations, do you prefer this over an All Star game? Because to be honest, like I'm kind of surprised over the fact that they're actually competing. Like that Canada versus US game was one hell of a game. And
Okay, I won't take away from that. Well, I'll talk about that specifically for 1 second. I
yeah,
won't take away from that fact, especially that early on in the first like 10 minutes was super entertaining, but the rest of the game was nothing special. Um,
still physical though.
they after the fights, there's videos of the Kachuk brothers talking to the rest, being like, "That was pretty cool, right? That they did that. Like it's fake intensity. They're doing it because it's getting the fans hyped. They're not doing it because they actually have like a rivalry. They're just like, oh yeah,
No,
we just let's get everybody hyped up.
no, but you gotta admire the fact that they dropped the gloves, knowing the risks, they dropped the gloves and the physicality throughout the game. Somebody, well, the other day Theodore got hurt, but
I think that the most the thing that I would say was like the most like aggressive in nature stuff that I kept seeing was for some reason they kept like cross checking Crosby in the face behind the net. Like he
I
kept
did see that.
they kept dumping him into the boards, and while he was down, cross checking him in the face. And I was like, why are they only doing it to Crosby? I don't understand.
Yeah,
Like,
that was weird.
it
But
happened like literally six times. Anyways, I prefer this All Star game for the skills competition. I hate the All Star game. I never watch the All Star game, but I would rather have the skills competition any day than this. And I'm being honest. I know I'm about to get destroyed in the comments, but to me, this tournament and like we were talking about this means literally nothing. Whoever wins this means nothing. It's the same thing with the Olympics. In my opinion, I don't like watching the Olympic hockey because it means nothing. I want to watch Stanley Cups, something that's ingrained. Like soccer, the World Cup is something that's been ingrained for hundreds of years. So you're like, okay, this is like a thing, right? If you had to stop watching your team, you watch Juventus, you had to stop watching your team for 3 weeks so that they could go play in a random ass tournament like the that you don't care about, like the Southern European, Eastern West local Mediterranean Cup. Like you'd be like, why is this happening? That's how I
yeah,
feel.
the tournaments can get um, you know, it, there are so many tournaments now right now that it's gotten out of control. But I will say,
But in hockey, we don't have tournaments. There are no tournaments. So when they come, it doesn't make me hyped for it. I just want the NHL to come back.
do you think that this is kind of like combating the in-season tournament for the NBA? Like
I
just
think it's more trying to discover a new way to do the All-Star game, like you said.
yeah,
And
yeah,
like I 100% agree because I already know you think this way that this is better than the All-Star game. But
the game,
I
the
don't have
game,
yeah, the game.
the game.
I don't have more fun during the regular season than watching the skills competition. I think it's the most fun thing about it's like basketball. I love the skills competition. I hate the All-Star game. By the way, the NBA All-Star game was really bad. Um so and they made it 3 games, so I had to watch it for even longer. I mean I didn't have to do anything, but
Even the dunk competition has kind of
I like the dunk
tapered off a
competition.
little bit.
I thought the 3 point competition was garbage this year, but I thought the dunk competition this year was pretty decent.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
But yeah, no, you make some great points, but like just I guess with what's going on, I don't want to go on sort of go into this realm, but with what's going on politically in the last few weeks, kind of ramps up the whole Canada versus US thing. It gives it a
yes, but
little bit
to those players, that's not what's happening. People
to the
watching it
to
are
the
seeing that.
yes, yes. So the people watching are
But that's
talking
my
about
point. When you
yeah.
hear them when they're mic'd up, they're literally saying it. Like they didn't fight because they were trying to
Oh no,
they
no,
hate
no, no.
Canada. They're fighting because they just knew the fans would go nuts if they fought,
Yeah, 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 yeah. 100%, 100%.
which it's
But
fake
it makes it,
intensity.
but it makes for a great game though. It does make it a lot more entertaining.
And in
Um,
fairness, which let's talk about that specific game, Canada versus USA for a second.
Sure.
Um, the
Tell me how you what you feel. Tell me how you feel about Benson.
Well, but I'll tell you right now, he's one of the worst goalies I've ever seen in my entire life play for the team for Team Canada in a major tournament.
Let him three
Probably
softies,
the
man.
worst. It's like, but it's as soon as the first goal went in, all the announcers were even like, "Wow, that was such a soft goal to let in."
Yeah, he let in three softies. I think three softies, two for sure,
Two
but
for
three
sure.
softies throughout this tournament. He's battled, but
He let in
at
two
the end
this
of the
one game.
day, at the end of the day, the softies are the goals that kind of lost him the game. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
literally. And
Um,
if you watch the first period, you never would have thought Canada was going to lose this game.
yeah,
Mc-
they were on it, man, but
And
you
every
know,
time McDavid, Crosby, and McKinnon are out together, there's literally nothing they could do to stop them.
but it's so funny. It's so funny that the Kachuk brothers and the fact that they dropped the gloves shows how valuable they are to the U.S. team because when they're on the ice, oh man,
They're also
they they
great
are
players.
they are disturbers. And you know what's funny about this is when you look at these games, um, yes, they're playing for a very sort of general trophy that I've seen in
They're
many
playing for
tournaments.
irrelevance. They're
It's
playing for
it's
nothing.
but what comes out of these tournaments is who rises under pressure. And the Kachuk brothers, they are so valuable. It's just amazing what they can do when under pressure. And because I know we're gonna go into a Leafs thing, it also shows the Leaf players, and I'm including Nylander on this, Nylander, Matthews, and Marner. Despite Marner scoring that game-winning goal in the first game, they've been invisible. All three of them, they've been invisible for their respective teams. So it just goes to show. And even Marner had to be taken off a line because he just wasn't meshing well with McDavid. So um, I'm not saying that's Marner's fault. I'm just saying, in terms of the chemistry, it just wasn't there. But it just kind of tells us how what the Leafs can do, what those big time Leafs can do, Leaf players can do under pressure, and that's scary. I went off on a bit of a tangent there. I'm
I I don't know. I just think Marner's been pretty good. Nylander's been pretty good. Matthews has been awful, and
I
it's
don't think
not.
Nylander has been that great. Really don't. I agree with you 100% about Matthews. Just
I
Nylander
don't.
has
I
not been that
don't.
great.
I don't see what else he could do to make you feel like he's doing great. Like he's gonna. What did you expect him to score 5 goals against Canada or USA? Because that wasn't gonna happen.
No, I'm not saying 5 goals. I'm
Yeah, but
saying
that's what I mean. It's not
just
like look at the
like
Team Canada. Not all the best players are scoring goals.
no, but the guys that are stepping up should be stepping up, and
Marner
that's
scored a
that's
game
that's
winner.
yeah. But besides that, he hasn't done really that much.
What
But
else do you want him to do? He won the game.
McKinnon, and McDavid and Crosby, they've all stepped up,
You're
and
talking
those
about
are the
the
guys that
three
should
best
step up.
players.
Sorry.
You're talking about the three best players
Oh yeah,
from
yeah,
Canada. Two of them who are the best players in the world, number 1A and 1B.
absolutely. No. Those guys are stepping up, and they should step up. But when I'm looking at American side, it's like the Kachuk brothers. You knew they had it in them, and they are doing their job, and they're stepping up. But Matthews, my God, it's like he
That's the
just
one
doesn't
for
look
me for
himself.
sure. That it stands out when he's out there. He didn't look like he was doing anything. I don't think he wants to play. I think he might be injured still.
I think he's still injured from earlier on in the year.
Because yeah, it just doesn't look right. You're talking about this guy that literally scores 60 goals in his sleep, and he looks like he's struggling to do anything out there for like the last 20 games.
Yeah, man.
Um, but yeah, it's been solid, like entertainment value for the tournament. Like I said, better than the All Star game. I want NHL. I don't want to watch this.
Yeah, I think they got about another week left, so we'll be back.
It
We'll be
ends
back at
on
it next week.
Wednesday. The games come back on
Thursday.
Saturday.
The final game's on Thursday.
Thursday, yeah, and then the league starts again on Saturday. Saturday night.
Saturday. Leafs versus Carolina. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm most likely going to Vegas and Vancouver.
Cool.
So yeah, that should be probably a shitty game. But my biggest takeaway from this tournament is I think
More teams.
they should have had Slovakia and Czechia, whatever they're called now, Czechia, um, Czech Republic. The or put them together on a team, just have like the rest of the world as a fifth team, and then have the worst team in the tournament gets eliminated. So 4 teams go to the playoff, right? And not having Russia's insane. I understand the reasoning of it, but it's like that's the third best team. That's always been the third best team since well, it was the second best team forever until like the late '90s when USA became good out of nowhere.
Well, yeah, like you said, we know the reasons why. I think they will expand to a few more teams, but I just don't see a situation where the NHL will allow this type of tournament to go on for more than 2.5 weeks because they want the NHL to take a they don't want a break from the NHL for more than three weeks. I just don't see a situation like that.
Yeah, which is
Um,
fine. I mean, you don't have to do it You don't have to do like a longer tournament. Just do more games in a day.
yeah.
Make sure everybody plays every day. Don't have gap days. So everybody plays Monday, everybody plays Wednesday, everybody plays Friday, everybody plays Sunday, and then you have Tuesday the last games, and then Thursday's the finals. That's it.
Well, for the first go round, would you say that this thing has so far been successful?
I don't know because you're playing in regular hockey arenas, so you're not making any more money than 7 season games would have made you as a league, right? Or
But I
like
am kind of curious about the viewership.
I'm sure the
Um,
viewership is solid because everyone who watches hockey has nothing to watch now except for this. Which that doesn't mean good. Doesn't mean good product, right? Like, and I don't want to be sidetracked this far, but it's like when there was that period of time when TNA kind of died off, like 2013-ish until like 2020, when the only thing you could watch was WWE. So if you were a wrestling fan, even if you didn't like WWE, you had no choice but to watch it. If you want to watch wrestling, you had to watch it. That's kind of like what this is. You if you want to watch hockey, you have to watch this.
yeah, yeah. Um, I'm pretty sure they made their money off their jerseys and viewership and whatnot.
That I'm not. That's what I mean. I don't know those numbers, right? But I'm just saying,
Yeah,
as far as gate goes, you're not getting any more people in. It's not like it's in a bigger arena. They're not doing it in stadiums.
yeah. That's actually a pretty good point, man. They could probably do something like that in the future. Maybe instead of making a outdoor game for the NHL, maybe they'll look at that. Maybe they can
Well,
make
don't even
outdoor
do
games
outdoor.
for
Just
this as well.
find an indoor baseball arena
Yeah,
and set up the hockey rink.
yeah, it'd be pretty cool. Be pretty cool. Um, that's hey, you
At
should
least for
sell
the
that to me.
finals.
You should sell that, man. You should
It's crazy that nobody thought of that. You have the stadium series and you have the winter classic every year, but then you don't have you did this and you were just like, no, it's cool.
I don't know. Maybe they are just testing the waters and seeing where they could take this, and maybe they turn into something much more bigger in the next couple of years, and let's see if they keep it going. But yeah, hey, good points.
I don't have anything else. You have anything else?
Um, Not really. I just Leafs Canes coming up Saturday, and you brought something up before about Rantanen. Whew, whew. I know NHL is not back just yet, but right now that Rantanen deal is not looking too good for Carolina. Hopefully, he can get his in order, and
He almost swore. Everybody heard that.
I know almost, but just a little nibbit there for upcoming episodes. But
Yeah,
other than
it's
that, I got nothing.
but that I agree with you. I don't know, and like I don't want to say it's like Colorado like ran away with this because Natchez is nothing special. He is playing better than Rantanen is, but like it's not like they acquired a superstar when they made that trade.
You're absolutely right. It's still early. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time to develop chemistry. Maybe they need to move some players around to find the ideal. My God, my lighting.
Yeah, what the
Um,
hell happened? I just noticed that.
yeah, it got bright in here. But sometimes it takes a little bit of time to find that chemistry with your teammates, and hopefully things work out for Carolina. Right now, I think Colorado has won the trade for now, but we'll see what happens because there's still another 30 games left into the season.
All right. That's all I have. Thank you guys for watching. Look out for some tier lists coming up. We're probably gonna poorly rank some cute soccer logos, and then also we're gonna get re-rank the league. We're gonna re-rank the league because this is technically the All-Star game, and look out for that. And have a good day.